Let's talk about baselines and how to make a move. Let's start with something a bit less wacky. The easiest possible baseline would look something like this. By just splitting the lengths, it grooves more. Shorten. Now we have some steps up to your root tones. Some octaves. Shorten down for that slap feel. Bass slaps. A good thing to note is that a bass sounds different when slapped, not just an octave. We can take that into account. In Flex, for example, they have specific bass slap presets you can use for only the slaps. It can be worth going that extra mile for these sounds, like finding a nice bass line. Chords, hit up Alt-V to reveal the ghost notes in your chord progression. Take the notes from here to your bass line. It's usually nice to land on the root tones at the start of each bar, but after that, we can play around. Maybe steal some of the piano's rhythm. Groove. A bassline's groove might at times get more obvious in a broader context. When you add the shakers, a guitar and so on, counter rhythms will appear. A foundation? Build on it. So don't be hard on yourself until you've added more stuff. Find inspiration anywhere. Let the bassline direct the drums. Or anything really. When Ludwig Göransson created Red Bomb by Childish Gambino, he added a slight right at the bass slap. Your different parts can inspire one another. Be open to it. The lead melody you created might double down as a great bassline. And always, to imitate reality, it is nice to just slightly offset your notes. This is right off the pen, but with velocity changes, timing differences, groovier. It's subtle, but it's nice. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Start with a synth and browse for some brass presets. Look for a sound that is trying its best to sound like a trumpet or a saxophone. Now add a huge amount of slides and bends. For the chords, nothing here is set in stone, but this rhythm is a good starting point. So you get that boom bap boom bap boom bap boom bap boom bap boom bap. You can try it on the electric piano or move your chords around and see how it feels. Now for the bass line, start with the root tones. And in between, jump to another chord note. So that's the main groove. Now you can add small tiny notes, leading up to your main ones. For the drums, you probably want a 4/4 kick. With it you can have a rim rhythm or a regular kick-cat snare. Either way, what you want to do is squash the drums a bit. Have a listen here. Before. Now hit it with distortion and compression. Throw on a shaky there too. Now, try adding all together. Add the final step, bounce this out, slow it down, and add some reverb. Major shout out to these creators for making this genre joyful.
But Spot Putty will
Have you ever wanted to print something super large without splitting it into 50,000 pieces using something like a belt printer? Well, let me introduce you to money. Just kidding, we don't have that. Instead, we have technology. And by technology, I mean a half-dead Ender 3 and a bunch of aluminum extrusion. I'm guessing when we do this, the Z-wobble is gonna be like stupid. So I began taking this thing apart, and I may or may not have used the printer that I dunked in mineral oil last year. Honestly, there's probably still mineral oil like inside of it.
There is. I can like wipe my hand.
It's useless.
I started by disassembling the gantry.
I need that. So now we're done with these. And we have these.
I tapped holes in the extruded aluminum. Unfortunately, I couldn't find 10 whole feet of the exact same aluminum profile to match the printer wheels, so I used Onshape, a cloud-based CAD software, to model new ones that I resin printed. And by the way, if you're making a 10-foot tall printer, you're gonna need 10 feet of each wire. That wasn't fun. But anyway, after that, we stood it up.
Printers.
Printer!
They really good.
Yeah, wake up.
I'm awake.
Now, most cheap printers have a Z-axis driven by a threaded rod, so I installed the longest one I could find, but it didn't work out so well. Okay, that sucker turned a lot. Is it belt-driven?
Belt-driven.
So, we decided to go with a belt-driven method. There's a guy by the name of Kevin, aka Sam, on the internet who has a whole website with instructions, part lists, printable files, everything for free to convert an Ender 3 to be belt-driven. And all I had to do different was buy longer belts. So I'll link his stuff in the description. I just thought that was pretty cool. He put a lot of work into it. So we stopped using this for reasons that I'm sure you can't guess at all. And it has been transferred to a belt-driven thing, and it moves up and down a little easier than it did before, and now the Z motor is up there. Let's see if it moves without making a lot of noise. Oh, I hope this works. It didn't do anything. It started smoking. That's not good. But I don't see anything that got goof. So I did goof up the main board, but thankfully Dan came to the rescue. So since I've successfully burnt this to a crisp, Dan has provided a sacrifice. This was Dan's first ever printer.
Goodbye, sweet prince.
We're gonna take this Ender 3 and put it in something else. So I installed the new motherboard and gave it a try. It's not moving, dude.
And you're sure you put the wires exactly where they're supposed to be?
And after not being able to get any motor to turn, we're so dumb. You take a look at this guy right there. At the last minute, the wires get swapped. This is the right cable, by the way, and they swap the middle two.
You're sure you put the wires exactly where they're supposed to be?
So we did it the right way with extra chunky cables. Z. Swapping the cables was obviously an annoyingly dumb setback, but we were finally able to set this thing back up and test it out. Let's do it again!
It works. It's gonna take so long to auto home.
It felt like should have been everything.
It's a lie! It shouldn't be.
Joint. No.
It's cursed! Either way, success. After finally getting something off the printer, we figured out we had to edit the firmware to tell it it was in fact 10 feet tall now. Dan volunteered to learn how to do it, and so I let him, and I kind of feel bad about it. But we finally went for our first tall print. It's nice and clean.
We've made it this high. But my main concern is actually more so the nozzle pushing it back and forth. But so far, so good for its first really big go.
And that thing is over 4 feet high. And
It's
also,
not
you may notice,
adjustable.
it's definitely moving back and forth. The print quality went from like 100 to 0 really, really quick. Alright, I'm going to bed. I'll see you in like 2 seconds or something. Like, okay, it's the morning. Oh my gosh. It's all the way up there.
It's in the network.
It's alive. It's so ugly, but it's alive. Pretty good for a 10-foot tall printer. Then you get to here, and it's just like giant layer lines. And then you get to the very top. Nah, dog, this is enough.
Is it done? Is it done? Is it done? I have my Soylent. Holy heck, dude. Oh my.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, my intentions up until this point were more of the goofy awe type. Like, I kinda just thought a 10-foot tall Ender 3 would be funny, you know? I just did it for the meme. But the meme worked, so what if we made it useful? Can we make it bigger? What if I just took this guy, slapped him into here? That's pretty much what I did. I expanded the frame and the base so it'd be much more stable, or, you know, as stable as a 10-foot bed slinger's gonna get. Added some struts for support to the top of the printer, all that good stuff. Now, since Dan edited the firmware before, I I asked if he'd do it again, and little did I know he did a bit more than just change the dimensions.
Are you ready?
Oh my gosh.
You ready?
What did you do? Oh my.
Ta-da! It's large. The bed is bigger. Not only that, okay, it is more stable because it's moving along 2 struts as opposed to 1. We've got these for support and it's still mounted to the ceiling. Now to recreate a very popular meme. Hopefully you are aware of it as well, or you're gonna be really confused. Have you ever wanted to know what it feels like to be this guy? Well, me too. Every time I see someone try to make a Doug Dimmadome hat, it's like out of paper or something. That doesn't count.
Okay, I came to check on it, and oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried towards the beginning. You see all the banding? Look at that. I was pretty concerned at first. I was like, man, we're gonna have to go back and look at that. But weirdly enough, the more you get to the top, it goes away. The quality is actually better towards
to
the
be
top of this than at the bottom. And
efficient.
it makes 0 sense. Actually, we did that.
Top of the morning.
I would tip my hat to you, sir, but it might not go well for the both of us.
This is a dream come true. I hope every single one of you knows that. I can't really move, but
There's
I'm
so
in such a state
much.
of bliss right now. I can't even describe it. So much that I'm dead still with happiness, not for any other reason. So after that, I wanted to see if this printer was capable of something other than literally just a tube. So I printed out an Eiffel Tower. And you know, for printing things with a 1mm nozzle at 0.5mm layer height, it could have been a lot worse. Obviously not perfect by any means, a lot of stringing and stuff, but hey, I'll take it.
Is that the Eiffel Tower?
So that gave me the confidence I needed to try and print a 10-foot tall sword. And boy, did that actually kill my confidence, because that was awful.
There's no salvaging that. Down at the bottom, I was like, oh yeah, we can salvage that. It's okay. But bro, it's just moving so much. The nozzle's just pushing it wherever it wants to push it. Bro, look how much it's moving. It looks like spray foam insulation. No. Here, it was actually kind of okay. It looks bad because you can see the infill through it, but it could definitely be much worse. Kind of like that.
So I went back to printing tubes.
It's so annoying.
It's about to be the most cursed thing ever, and it's gonna be great. So this is kind of studio area now. We're fixing it up. In addition to the essentials, we need decoration. And you know, when you think of decoration, you think of pictures, art. This could be described as art. We ultimately decided that we wanted a 10-foot Among Us figure. It was just such a staple of a thing in the 3D printing knives video. We thought we'd bring it back, but permanently, to live and stare at us while we work. Among Us! Let's go! Are you so excited to have this staring at us every day while you work? Dan, I will literally not pay you. Yeah! Ta-da!
Dude, we have to do something. Hold on. Ten-foot tall bed slingers. Good for printing in base mode. Not much else. I'm aware. You can delete your paragraph. I already know that. I'll admit, I am kind of tempted to keep working on it. I'd like to get some cool detailed pieces to work off of it. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of fun. How do I get down now? Alright, where are we putting this thing? You know, I guess we're kind of forced to put it on that side of the room too, huh? I don't think it's gonna fit over there.
I don't want to work here anymore.
Alright, despite the fact that we did something pretty dumb in this video, today's sponsor is